Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Foundation. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back. Things are going pretty well around here, I have to say. Currently sitting with a bunch of gold, a bunch of resources, a bunch of everything, except for a bunch of clothes, but we're gonna be looking to fix that today, because we have a bunch more tailor's huts. Last time, we built these three, and we started providing clothes to all of our citizens. This time around, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 more of them than we had last time. Obviously, we started building these at the end of the last episode, but they have been completed, and that should put us in a good spot for getting clothes out to all of our people. At least I hope it does that, and doesn't just, horrendously cripple us further. What I will say is it looks like the amount of clothes in storage up here, 48, is going to be a fair bit higher than it has been before, so here's hoping for the best, at least. Obviously, our tailor here is going to have some serious distance to go to get some cloth, but hopefully that'll do some good for us. Hopefully that'll work out. We actually have this wooden bridge finished over here as well, which is beautiful news. I do want to go in there, though, and I do want to say Forbidden Land right there. And Forbidden Land right there. And I want to do the same over here, just to make sure that they don't sort of do weird things around the bridge there. I want them to use the bridge properly, walk across it properly, and hopefully get this church built relatively quickly as well. Because we are going to need that, and we do want to keep people happy around here, especially since we are looking at developing a relatively sizable residential zone over here. So hopefully we can fill this up, get the church over there, and actually thinking about it, I might extend this residential zone up that way and around a little bit. Might not be a terrible idea, but I suppose there's plenty of land still to build on there, so we'll not worry too much about that. What I would like to worry about a little bit, though, is my berries, because the number of berries looks like it is slowly dropping there. Neither the berries nor the bread is above 1,000 anymore. And in terms of fish, it's not above 400 anymore either. So we might need to get more people working in those particular fields. We do have 3 foragers up here. I think we'll go ahead and get a couple more. We can actually max this out, which is lovely news. So we'll go ahead and max out those 2 gathering huts. That way, the number of berries we have should start climbing again soon, I would imagine. We are also going to be in a situation where we need to fill up this gathering hut as well. Now, there's going to be quite a few of these around here. There's going to be quite a few gathering huts that don't have foragers. Like this one over here as well doesn't have foragers. Unfortunately, this one's a little trickier to fill up because no one's unemployed. The only person we could maybe grab would be this builder, and I guess that's a bit of a start. Over this way, I think we are gonna need you to work in there, and that one's full as well. And I think elsewhere, in terms of the logs at least, I'm pretty sure a lot of our lumber camps are not necessarily empty, but I'm pretty sure quite a few of them have fewer workers than they once did. So we're gonna need to get in on that as well. So what I'm thinking I might do, actually, is first and foremost, go ahead and say this is a gathering zone. And then secondly, I might go ahead and... Oh, they're using that... they're still using that little path there. We might need to adjust that. But secondly, what I'm thinking I might do is throw a lumber camp over here as well as a forester's hut. And kind of just let them go to town on gathering a bunch of wood. Actually, up here might not be a terrible spot for it. Or even over here, to be honest. We could, for one, go in and say, let's reforest sort of around the church a little bit. Let's reforest sort of around here a little bit. Bring it all down to this little point we have. I think that might not be a terrible idea. So something like this, kind of continue this around slightly. And then do something like that. So we can reforest all of that. But I think I will throw a lumber camp in there, and I will hopefully get people that can actually work there. So this looks like a pretty decent little spot here. Although I might just throw it in the trees just to get it out of the way. I think I will. I think I'm going to throw it just like here. No, back here. It's closer to the houses. We'll throw it right there. So we'll go ahead and start clearing out trees in there. Obviously, lumber, it's not something we're in desperate need of necessarily, but I'd like to make sure the amount that we have stays up there. Same with the planks as well. I just want to make sure everything is getting done. I also want to point out we're about to pass 100 clothes, which is amazing news. That's absolutely perfect. That's exactly why I wanted all these tailors' huts. I think these ones in the middle here are going to be pretty good for, you know, giving us just big numbers, big amounts of clothes, and I think these ones all spread around are going to help a little bit as well. So we're going to have a mix of things, a mix of locations for people that work in markets. Sometimes they'll go to the nearby tailor's hut, sometimes they'll go to the warehouse, sometimes they'll go a bit further away, but we should end up with a pretty good stockpile of clothes. In related news, we actually have everyone with clothes at the minute as well. No one's complaining about being hungry. No one's complaining about clothes. There's just a couple of little complaints about residential space. So what I think I'm going to do is have a look at residential desirability, because this area is not so bad, but I'd like to make sure it's as nice as it can be. So I'm going to put another well just in there. I want to have a look again and just double check that everyone's actually quite happy. Now, these guys out here are pretty unhappy. Let's give them a well, just to try and boost it a little bit. These guys here are quite happy. These guys are very happy. I think these guys might be unhappy because they don't really have a market, so maybe we want to clear out some space in there for a market. That might be something we want to do, but hopefully the well will be a good start towards making them just a little bit happier. Now let me double check. Do all of these windmills have workers? They do. How much flour do we have right now? 7 is nowhere near enough. I'm pretty sure we're also consuming more bread than we are actually making. It looks like that number is dropping just a little bit. We might want to get on top of that. We might want to see if there's a way to perhaps, you know, just fix that situation. I'm starting to think that a windmill out here could be a pretty good idea. Obviously, well, I guess we could do a windmill and a bakery out here. I guess we can try. I mean, we're going to need people living out there as well, which they're obviously not doing right now, but I think a windmill and a bakery out there could be a pretty good idea. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's say windmill, and we'll sort of have it facing that way. And I think a bakery could go, honestly, like right on the farm. I think I will do the bakery like right on the farm there, and then take a little bit of the farming zone just away from it. So we go, so like here, we go across, and we go like here, and we go back across. And that should give us a nice little bit of space for the bakery. And then I guess we can extend the farm sort of over this way a little bit, just to give it a little bit more space, since we took some away for the bakery there. So there we go. That should hopefully work out. At least, yeah, again, hopefully. We'll keep an eye on that and see what happens. Food is climbing. Like I said, bread is dropping. It looks like berries are on the rise again, which I assume is because of the extra foragers that I threw in there. So once we sort bread, I think we're pretty much set to just let everything keep on growing, to be completely honest, because everything else is on the rise. Lumber, not so much, or, well, logs, wood, not so much, but everything else is more or less growing at this point. So while work on the church continues, and while work on the new windmill and bakery gets underway, I decided to go ahead and throw in a couple more things as well. The first thing I did was get a new reforestation zone sort of over here around the fort, because I figured it looked a little bit barren, a little bit empty over here, and we don't really have a residential zone right now, so I figured some reforestation might be a good idea. I've also gone ahead and queued up an order for a new lumber camp, which is going to be right here, which will hopefully chop down a bunch of those trees and bring the amount of wood that we have right back up. And I've also gone ahead and said, let's put 3 gathering huts out here. Now, there are, I think, 2 or 3 forester huts that I'm going to be building in here. They've already been placed, just FYI. I'm not exactly sure where I placed them, despite, I'll be completely honest, having just placed them. There's one right there, I know. There's one right inside the fort as well, and there's one right there. So there's 3. So there's going to be 3 new forester huts, 1 new lumber camp, 3 new gathering huts, a new windmill, a new bakery, and then a new church all the way over here. So, in theory, we're pretty much set to keep everyone nice and happy. I'm not too sure why there's 5 people that are lacking residential, I guess. I mean, I guess this needs built here, and I guess we could maybe prioritize the house just to try and cheer them up a little bit. But to be completely honest, the thing that surprises me the most right now is genuinely the fact that we just have so much in the way of clothing. I really didn't think that this would work out. I'm genuinely quite surprised at that. I'm also kind of keen for this lumber camp in here, or this forester's hut. I think it'll be nice to have some people working inside of the fort for a little while. Speaking of which, I do want to get more splendor in here for the kingdom, so we're going to need to build more of these at some point. Or, I wonder, actually, if we were to build a new Lord's Manor, does that does actually add... Now, that adds labor splendor, unfortunately. We need kingdom splendor. So, kingdom splendor is... quite literally only the... That is the wooden keep, isn't it? So, the core adds splendor, then the top adds splendor... The door adds a bit, the gate adds a bit, the flag, etc., etc. So that's going to be fun to deal with, I suppose. Either way, let's see here. Do we have anyone unemployed? We absolutely do, so you can work in there. Anyone unemployed up that way? That's going to be a yes right there as well. Then done this way, we have no one unemployed, but that's okay. That's honestly not too big of a deal. No reason to stress about it at the moment. We'll get some people down there eventually, because we will probably have some residential zoning down here at some point. And to be honest, we'll probably end up with some residential zoning over here as well, because I would like to build on all of these islands. To be totally honest, I would like to build on all of the, like this island here, that island there. And then, I mean, look at this view. I love the way the town sort of spreads across the islands, and the bridges and all that stuff. I think it's going to look fantastic. So I'm really, really excited to build on all of the islands and just make this look that little bit better. But I suppose while we're not doing anything else right now, we should probably look at building some kind of new keep. And I'm debating whether or not also, do we have a free territory right now? We do. I'm going to grab this one because I want that island. And we have enough money. I'm going to buy those 2 because I want that island as well. Then over this way, we could grab 1, 2, 3 if we really wanted to grab that entire island, but we'll hold off on that for the time being. What I'm thinking I might do, though, is build a new wooden keep just out here on this island and turn this island into almost a... not so much a military thing, but sort of a very official-looking island. I said island way too many times in that series of sentences, but whatever. I think I'm gonna do it though. I think I'm gonna give it a shot. We're gonna make the keep quite tall. So we'll throw that on top there. And then I wonder, can I put another core over here? No. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll make it quite tall. We'll go for door B as we usually do. We'll put the decorative flag on top. And that's 4.9 splendor thus far. That's fine. We could technically put another core in here if we really wanted to and double this up, but I don't think I will. I think what we have there is fine. So that's one. What I then want to do is go to build another wooden keep over here and just have another core just as tall as that one. So that one is... let's see if I can get the heights the same here. I think that's right. I think that's about the right height. So then put the same wooden top on there. Get the same door and put it on there. And then I guess move this forward a little bit just so the stairs aren't sort of down in the water. And I think that'll look kind of interesting, to be honest. Like having those there and then some, like maybe a new Lord Manor in between. Maybe another keep in the middle as well. But I think this is something we could do. We could put some industry in this island or do whatever, really. I think we need a good place to bring up the splendor for the kingdom, and from what I can tell, the only way to do it's going to be with keeps. So this seems like the way to go. It would be really nice if these would snap together. I will say that. I would love if the keep buildings actually snap together. Bit unfortunate that they don't, though. Although I guess I could do this. They don't perfectly line up, but I could do something like that and sort of give it... That's kind of interesting. What if we were to do... What if we were to do, like, the smaller roof on that? That's kind of interesting. And then maybe... I mean, this apparently doesn't have as much splendor, but it has a more interesting top to it. I actually kind of like that. Can I still put the flag up there? I can put it on that one. Hold on a minute. I think the flag is actually still up there. There we go. So then this top would go there, and then the decorative flag would go up there as well. So that's +8 splendor right there, and that actually looks pretty good, honestly. I like that a lot. So that's maybe something we can do, and that definitely gives it more of a look of just being a more impressive building, which I think is kind of important. I could even make this a little bit taller if I wanted to. Didn't really mean to grab it, though. Let's just line it up again right there. Lower it down. Then we'll put the roof back on there. So I think we'll keep it simple. I'm not going to overdo this too much, but I think something like that could be pretty good to give 8.1 splendor to the kingdom. We could put a bakery over here if we wanted to. You know, make this into a production area. But again, we'll see what happens. I do want to go to this one. And I do want to take the flag and the roof off of it. I want to put that up there with the flag up there with another core at the back. And we're basically going to just clone both buildings, or one of the buildings, and have two of them. So this needs to line up pretty much perfectly again, which is going to be about there, with the boring old roof on it, with another flag up there. And then that, again, is a bunch more splendor. So that's +16 splendor with those two buildings. Which I think is kind of neat. I like it a lot. I think I like that a lot. I'm not going to bother with training dummies at the minute. I'm also not going to start construction yet because obviously we don't have a bridge, which is going to be the next thing that we need. And to be honest, I would really quite like a stone bridge. So let's see if that's going to be possible. It actually looks like it might be. Although that's a bit weird looking. That's way too much. That is also way too much. I'll tell you what. Let's just go with a plain old wooden bridge because they tend to work a little bit better. Now, there is a road that kind of comes up through here. So I think we'll go from about that point. And we'll cut across to about there. Maybe bring this over a little bit. I think that's pretty good for a bridge, though. That takes us pretty much straight to the middle of the island. I wonder, can I bring you in a little bit? No, I think we'll keep it like that. So that brings us near the middle of the island. That's pretty good. We can put a Lord Manor in there. We can do some stuff like that. So let's start construction on the bridge. We have the materials to do it, so I'm going to prioritize that. And I guess while they're building that, I can design... Well, we could put fishing huts over there, actually, if we really wanted to. Which is definitely tempting, but I think I'd rather put them along here first. So, let's see. The fishing huts are going to be... Let's say... let's put them this way. No, let's put them that way. We'll stick with what we were going to do. So, 1 and 2... And we'll stick with 2. Looks like there's a house being built in there, or something, possibly. There's definitely something being built there. Oh, that's the bridge. Well, that'll be that something. Okay, so we'll let them do their thing. In terms of other structures, I guess we could build a monastery over here. That's not going to do much for the kingdom, but to be fair, now there's a Lord's Manor. The monastery, on the other hand, would give us the herb garden, which is actually a luxury that we could start selling, or an apiary, which is, I think, just another foodstuff. I'm not sure. I know we could sell both of those as well, so Maybe the monastery is something we can hold off on. We do have a lot of polished stone. We have the ability to continue making a lot of that, so I think we'll hold off a little bit there. Let's just go for a simple old Lord Manor. And we'll do it in stone. Actually, we'll do it in wood. I like the wooden one. I actually really like the wooden one. And I think I'm going to do it facing the bridge. So let me try and get this as like lined up as I can. That's pretty good there. So I'm going to place that. Now bear with me. That's not where it's going to be staying. I'm just using that as sort of a way to measure the manor back a little bit. So something like that is now lined up with the bridge really nicely. We can throw this in the back if we want to, and we could have that window overlooking everything, which I don't mind too much. In terms of extensions to this whole thing, it would be nice to do... It would be nice to have something interesting here. Let's see if we can do another core on this side. Yeah, they don't really... They don't work together too well, I think, without another core at the back. Which is technically possible. I guess that's definitely interesting looking. It's a very weird looking structure, though. What if we get any kind of towers? We do. Can I throw a tower in the back there? First off, can I raise the tower up so I can see it? So that's... Oh, no, I'm keeping it all. I don't know what it was, but I'm keeping it. So that's definitely something. It's not central is what it is, but it's certainly something. I could get a tower right in the middle there, which is honestly even weirder looking, somehow. That one is kind of central too. I think I'm going to take you out and put a tower at the back. I think a tower right at the back would be a good idea. I just need to get it to actually snap on there. So take you out, take you out. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Take you out. Throw a tower on the back to hide the window. This is starting to look a bit too much like a church, though. So we might need a bailiff office, which is made of stone, unfortunately. Ah, okay. What does the stone main building look like? Can we snap it on the side to make it look like an extension or something? So this right here is going to be my idea for the island. We've got 2 keeps on either side. We technically have 2 Lord's Manors, but this one here is more of the Lord's Manor itself. It has a lot of treasuries on it, so it's going to really help with gold storage. And then this one over here is nearly entirely made of stone. It has a tax office, another bailiff's office. We've got a little bit of wood back there, which is nice. I might actually throw a small treasury on the back there just to sneak that in there, because I do like getting a couple of those in. I'm just wondering if I can get it in a way that doesn't look too bad. I'm not too sure if I can. I can get one there, but I kind of don't like that it's clipping through the windows. What about here? That kind of works. It does show up in the floor, though. Over there would sort of work. I'm not sure we're going to get this in anywhere, which is actually kind of totally okay. I'm not too stressed about that. I could throw it on the side here if I wanted to, which I don't really want to. That's fine. So that's going to be Lord Manor number 2. It has a bailiff's office, a tax office, and all that stuff. It is a little bit more of a public building, where this one will be a little bit more private, I suppose. We, of course, have the 2 keeps, and I guess what we'll go ahead and do is go to the keep and say start construction. We'll go to this keep, we'll say start construction, and I guess we'll go to the easier of the 2 Lord's Manors and start construction there as well. Now, we are actually sitting super, super low on wood right now, which is a bit of a concern. So I'm going to see if we can maybe get ourselves a few more woodcutters around here, because we really happen to need them. Now, over here, we have a soldier who I guess could work in there. And I guess up this way as well, we're probably going to need very, very much the same. So let's get a lumber camp. And let's throw the lumber camp just... I'm going to throw it in here, I think. So a lumber camp right there. And I think a forester camp just around the corner from it is going to be kind of useful as well. So a forester camp right about there should be pretty good for us. We could throw another forester up here too, which I think I will. And I think I will put a lumber camp just across the road from it. so that we can sort of have those two work in unison. And I'm hoping that's going to do some good for us, because, I mean, people are still super happy. There's a couple of people lacking religion, but that'll be sorted when this gets built, which, by the way, I want to make sure I prioritize, because if we don't prioritize it, then, well, it ain't going to get built anytime soon. I think this as well, we're going to start construction there and sort of let it do its thing. I mean, it's a lot of construction. It is a lot of things that need to be built. They're also quite intentionally built ever so slightly in the water, because I think that'll look kind of interesting. But it's just a lot of things that need built. It's a lot of different projects. I mean, this church is not that far from completion, but kind of surprisingly, we are low on tools. Genuinely kind of surprisingly as well. I mean, we have a lot of iron ore here. We don't have a lot of charcoal, though, which I'm kind of surprised by. Let's see here. Let's maybe go for... Let's go for a forager to work in there, just to get a bit more charcoal. Because I'm guessing that might be what's holding us back. Then in here, yeah, we need more It does look like we need more coal. I'm wondering if another charcoal burner would be a better idea. Although the iron... Well, I think I might. I think another charcoal burner up this way might be something we need. I think we're going to give that I think we're going to get a coal hut out here as well. We could throw it in this island, but that's probably a little bit too much. I think just over here. Sort of right down in this corner, right out of the way. It's very far away from where we're making the tools, but to be fair, so are the iron mines. So there's not much point complaining. And by the way, we only have one mine working. And we are pretty much full on iron, so we're okay on that front. It is the charcoal that's holding us back in terms of tools, so the charcoal is what we're going to work on fixing. As for this right here, I guess it is just going to be relying on getting those tools in there. The wooden keeps are going to need them as well. The everything. Well, actually, the Lord Manor doesn't, which is nice. It just needs a lot of planks that we also don't have. This right here, 25 tools, so yeah. Everything's kind of coming full circle, and we're back to needing a whole bunch of wood. Weird how video games do that sometimes, huh? Always fun when they circle around like that. And then these huts right here as well are going to need some work, as well as the thing I mentioned right at the start of this video, the bakeries, because we are getting quite low on bread there. And by low, I mean it's not over 1,000, and as far as I'm concerned, that's too low. You know, I'm going to be completely honest and realize that I didn't make the connection between a lack of charcoal and a lack of wood. Because the charcoal is made from wood. So, of course, there is a lack of tools because of the lack of wood. And, of course, there's a lack of planks because of the... Oh. I feel like an idiot. I feel like I should have spotted that and realized that right away. We don't need another charcoal burner. We just need more wood. So we'll hopefully get some of that as soon as possible. I'm also going to prioritize working on the lumber camp out there because I'm pretty sure we can get a good amount of workers there. I'm also thinking we're going to prioritize working on this bakery because that's going to need to be done. We are going to need some people working in this windmill, which is going to be tricky because we don't have people working out there or living out there right now. We have a couple of houses down here, which are... Well, they ain't doing too great is what they're doing. They ain't doing too great. They're not really building much around there, so getting workers out there is going to be a trick, to say the least. We're sitting pretty consistent on wheat, though, so I'm wondering if maybe I should just cancel this and actually just move the windmills elsewhere, move them to a location that does have people, such as over here. Although, I mean, over here is going to need... some lumberers and, well, lumberjacks and some foresters as well. So there's a lot of people over here that might be unemployed who are going to be needed for jobs already. And I think wood is going to have to be our priority. I think that's just going to have to be the way of it. I think wood is 100% going to have to be the priority around here. Now let's have a little look. We're currently sitting on 12.8 Kingdom Splendor. So when the other keep's done, we're actually going to be able to get the Hunter's Hut and the whatever that was. I don't remember exactly. So that's nice. That's definitely a nice thing. I think I'm going to pause construction on everything over here for the time being, though. Just until... I think I'll pause that one as well. Just until we're in a situation where we can actually build them. I think we have a few other things that I reckon should probably be our priority right now. And I don't think expanding our treasury is up there. I think we have enough money right now. So hopefully we can get the lumber camp done. I suppose we could probably go to trade, and we could probably look at buying in some tools, to be completely honest. So I'm going to say buy tools until we have 100 of them, because that's probably going to be enough. We could probably say... I don't think we have anything we can sell right now, to be honest. So we'll go ahead and just say buy tools until we have 100. That way, hopefully the trader will be coming along sometime soon, and hopefully... Is that the trader right there? It absolutely is. What a lad. Look at him go. So yeah, hopefully we'll get 100 tools from that. Hopefully we can then go and build all of the essentials around here. And hopefully we can keep everyone happy. I mean, we are approaching 300 people, and most of them are happy. So I can't complain. I think we're just hitting a hurdle here. I think that's all this is. It's just a hurdle. It's a hiccup. It's something we can fix pretty easy. It's just going to take a bit of time. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to do us for today. This episode's getting on a little bit. It's a little bit longer than I necessarily wanted it to be, so we'll leave it there for today. I think we figured out the issue. It's obviously going to be the woodcutters. We need more of them. So we're going to work on getting more of them, and hopefully it won't take too long to do that. We just kind of need tools to build the lumber camps. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. It's been my absolute pleasure as always, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Ooh, free territory. Nice.